And this is what today we must renew. We must resolve that from now on we are going to try to have again, instead of this multilateral system that has been progressively marginalized, disregarded by the most powerful countries, we must now rebuild, refund if necessary, these United Nations in which are the peoples who must take the responsibility in their everyday life, in their everyday behavior of building peace in the minds of men and having this moral and intellectual solidarity. This is what in this 60th anniversary of the Declaration of Human Rights that took place in the year 1948, as you know, in this day, 10th of December, what a wonder that they said, what do we must have now? And it is said very clearly in the preamble, to free humanity from fear and misery. This is what we have today. We have this fear of the threats. We are really sometimes so worried about what can happen to us and particularly to our descendants that we are unable to take the future and the responsibilities in our hands. And what has happened, in fact? In this day, the 10th of December of 1948, we had this guidance. All the human beings are born free and equal in dignity. All of them are based on this creative capacity, on these reasoning functions that are distinctive of the human being. And they must behave in good brotherhood. This article number 1 is the solution for the problems that we have today. What we must do is to respect the equal human dignity of all human beings without exception. Whatever is the color of our skin, whatever is our beliefs, whatever is our ideology, if the gender issue, we must respect these principles. And if we respect these principles, the problems will be solved. What happened really? We were unable to be in these very big United Nations or very big organizations as with the peoples. We were always represented, has been the states and not the peoples. And some of these states have not represented at all their peoples. It's for this that now we must try to have this genuine democracy in which, yes, in which those that are in the government really represent their peoples. And for this we can also take the formula that was given by Wilson, for example, in the International Labour Organization, to have elected people, as they have, you know, they have 50% of states, but they have also representative of workers, 25%, and of patrons, 25% too. Well, what I was telling you, and I would like now to reinforce, is that now, with the peoples, we must take some responsibilities. Today we can, because we have a global vision. We have this kind of global consciousness that until now was very difficult to have. And we have the possibility to influence, because with the modern technology of communication, we can influence, and therefore we can be a real democracy, because through the SMS or through the internet, we can now participate. It is not necessary to vote physically and to go to some demonstrations in order to show what are our views or what are our opinions. And we must know, if we want to transform reality, we must know. This is essential. And this for this that I remember when I asked President Jacques Delors to chair this group of very important people related with education in the world. education for the 21st century. What they said was, learn to know, learn to do, learn to be free, and learn to live all together. Then the first is learn to know. How can we transform reality if we do not know this reality in depth? If we know reality in an epidermic way, the only thing that we can change, perhaps, is the perceptions of the reality. Therefore, today, we must try to know, and to know profoundly, all the different issues in the world, the most important one, in order that we can change them. As a scientist, I like to repeat that the scientific community, the academic community, they have a particular responsibility, a particular duty in this transformation, because we cannot keep silent anymore. During centuries, we have been silent when it has been applied this perverse proverb that says, if you wish peace, prepare war. Now we must say, no, we have the knowledge that can provide us with the energy that we need. And we have the knowledge that can provide us with the water that we need. And we have the knowledge that if we apply it, we can have the food that we need. It's a shame. How can we sleep knowing that every day we invest $3 billion in armament, at the same time that 60,000 persons at least are dying of hunger? How can we tolerate that it's a speculation in the food? Afterwards it is said that it's because we obtain from them biofuels. It is not true. You know this very well. What now we must redress the present situation. We must apply knowledge in order to be able to put the human rights into practice every day in our life. We have documents that can enlighten us. We have the objectives of the millennium. We have the summit concerning the objectives of the Millennium +5 in the year 2005. And there we have the decision of the heads of state and government that from now on we must apply the declaration and plan of action of a culture of peace. We have this, precisely paragraph 144 of the summit. And it is said, through dialogue, through alliance of cultures, we today, we have the knowledge, and therefore we can go ahead. But not guided by the laws of the market. We must be guided by this enlightening human rights declaration. All the human beings are free. All the human beings are born equal in dignity. And we must keep this freedom, and we must keep this dignity. This is our duty. We will not remain silent anymore. The moment of building a democracy that represents we the peoples has arrived. I wish you the best in your very important meeting, and I hope that this meeting and the outcome of this meeting will serve for this refoundation of the United Nations and for this redressing the present trends. Thank you very much.